Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Hassaballa coming at you with another episode of Healthcare Musings. Glad to have you with me. Um, Around the corner, medical students across the country will be submitting their rank lists for the match. The interviewing process is coming to a close, although I'm sure interviews will go beyond next week, and I think very soon the rank lists will open. And for those who are not very familiar with how the match works, um, medical students who are graduating apply for various different residencies across the country in the system called ERAS, the Electronic Residency Application Service. And they apply, and then the residency programs will respond, either interviewing, inviting them for an interview, or not inviting them for an interview. And then those who are invited for an interview, they interview with the program, and then they're, uh, they're, each side ranks the other. So the student ranks the residency programs in order of preference. So if, for example, someone wants to do general surgery at Duke, for example, they will rank the Duke general surgery program as number one in their rank list. And then if they want to go, and then if they like Harvard second, then they'll put Harvard second, third, fourth, down the line. And, you rank as many programs as you get an interview. And the programs do the same thing. They rank their students in order from one, if they have, for example, 30 spots, they'll rank their top 30 choices, 1 to 30, and so going down the line. Um, and then the system matches. That's why it's called the residency match. And so if you rank general surgery with Duke number one, and they rank you within their top however many slots they have, you'll match at Duke for general surgery. Um, and so that's how the rank list goes. And then in March, it's match day. It's like a whole week, where on Monday of match day is a Friday. On Monday, you are notified by ERAS that you have matched, but they don't tell you where. And that gives people time in between Monday and Friday, for those who unfortunately did not match, to find a residency program, because there are programs that don't fill, meaning they don't, all their open spots are not filled by students who wanted to go to their program. So they give time for for all the unfilled residency slots to open, and then on Friday, your match selection is revealed. It's a big party. I still remember my match day all those years ago, um, when I matched at Rush University Medical Center for internal medicine, knowing that I was headed for a career in pulmonary and critical care. So it's the same kind of process happens with fellowships as well, uh, but not as big and not as with as much fanfare as the residency match. And then you'll see in March and April people posting on LinkedIn where they matched, and it's nice. It's really it's a huge relief to know that you have a place after medical school, and that you are gonna go into residency and become the specialist that you've chosen. So it's or primary care. I mean, either way, whatever field you've picked, if you match into the residency, more than likely you're going to become whatever doctor that is, and it's great. It's a great thing. Um, Whenever a student leaves my rotation, or if I have a chance to talk to a student on their way to residency, I always give them this piece of advice. Um, Actually, a couple of pieces of advice. The first is, never get caught up in a culture of entitlement. And that is so important to me. The world is not waiting for you to graduate residency and become a doctor. The world is not waiting for you to graduate medical school and go into residency. Um, you there's nothing special about you. There was nothing special about me when I graduated. Um, we cannot think that the world owes us anything, because the world owes us nothing. We are so very blessed to be in this field. with all of its difficulties, with all of its harshness, with all of its challenges, with all of the things that make it hard, it is still a tremendous blessing to answer the call of healthcare, to care for people at their most vulnerable. It is such a gift, and we should never take it for granted and never feel entitled, because the world does not owe you anything. No one in our field, for those of us out in practice, are waiting for you to become a doctor or for you to graduate medical school. So don't ever come out feeling entitled that you think, I owe you. I don't owe you anything. Healthcare doesn't owe you anything. You have to go out and take it. You have to go out and do the best you can every single day. That's the best way to show gratitude for being given the tremendous and immense privilege of healing people who are sick. So don't ever get caught up in the culture of entitlement. And the second piece of advice I always tell students who rotate with me or now are entering the match is that your first impression is your only impression. Um, if you start out every rotation working your hardest, doing everything you can, doing not cutting corners, you'll go a long way to establish a um, reputation as a hard worker who is diligent and really cares. And if that is your reputation, it will serve you your entire career. But if your first impression is that you're lazy or you're entitled or you don't care, then that unfortunately that can follow you throughout your entire training. Even if you raise people from the dead, you're liable to have that reputation follow you the entire training, and that's not right. That's not fair. So work hard, take nothing for granted, seize it for yourself. Carpe diem, as they say, seize the day, and don't ever think that we're all waiting for you to graduate, because we're not. Best of luck to all the students who are submitting their rank lists and are entering the match. I hope you get your first choice. I hope you have a very fruitful career in medicine and graduate with everything you wanted. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Dr. Hassaballa signing off for Healthcare Musings.